from the Treehive in the sky, 17 floors up high, overlooking beautiful Lake Ontario. So you could see these wild ones playing out in the rain. How brave are they out on a great lake in this stormy weather with white caps? And isn't it some lovely ASMR? The sound of the highway, the sound of the rain and wind. Here in beautiful Toronto, Ontario, Canada, you can see the flag flying in the distance as the rainy afternoon comes in for the long weekend here. It's Victoria Day weekend. You can see some of these boats coming in to the harbor because it is pretty rainy. I'm surprised how brave they are and how many of them are actually staying out in this. And I'm wondering if that was like a planned exercise, maybe with one of the sailing schools, that they would stay out in this in order to learn how to deal with a pop-up storm. Look at them having fun out there, huh? Would you do it? Well, I am your happiness navigator, pollinator of positivity, shape-shifting woman wizard. That is me, Melissa Mojo B. And we're doing a little happiness navigation on location here from the Treehive in the sky in beautiful, magical Toronto City, overlooking the kingdoms, as we like to call our castle-looking towers in the distance there. And a bunch of brave souls out on the water on the Great Lakes today. There's quite an intense emotional song called The White Squall by Stan Rogers, who is a Canadian folk hero, music hero, and a hero because he helped people out of a burning plane, apparently, and he himself didn't make it. But he wrote beautiful songs about Canada and the trials and tribulations of this country, and also, the victories and how brave we are. Look at all these brave little boats out here in the storm. Welcome to everyone as you come into the Treehive in the sky, live in Toronto City, overlooking what we love to call the kingdoms. That's the Gardiner Expressway down there on the bottom. And we also have Lakeshore as well. Hello. Please do drop your name in the comment section so I can shout you out and send you some special energy. I am a Reiki master, and Reiki means universal life force energy. We're all made of that, and I have just been trained and practiced in sending that energy, directing that energy, asking and co-creating with that energy. So all broadcasts when you find me, Melissa Mojo B, or Mojo and Magic on all of your favorite socials, and especially here on YouTube where we're doing 100 live streams in a row before June 21st. So we've been at it since March, and we're just doing a little multi-passionate magic most every day. And today we decided to buzz in and look at these brave souls in their sailboats out here on the water in Lake Ontario. Hello, is that Ronnie? Hi Ronnie, and hi Angela. And if you drop your names in the comments, I'll send you a special blast of that cosmic rainbow energy to activate, transmute, and evolve. Because as I said, I am a trained Reiki master, and we can send that over the distances. So wherever you are too, drop where you're at in the wild and wizarding world. As I buzz in here from Toronto City, down there is the Gardiner Expressway on the bottom. And we have Lakeshore Boulevard on the top. Sometimes Lakeshore gets pretty flooded out there in the distance. You can see towards westbound, and you can probably see the rain driving in along the porch here, or balcony, or what you might call it. The crane in the distance over there. Lovely view here at the Treehive in the sky, where we often broadcast some tunes, talk, and tarot. Every broadcast is charged with Reiki and cosmic rainbow energy to activate, transmute, and evolve. And my personal intention, my humble, happy honored intention is to send peace, protection, prosperity, and most of all, a reminder of our personal empowerment in these broadcasts. So I see everyone sort of coming in closer. We've been wondering whether these brave boats are out just doing an exercise to make sure that they know how to deal with the weather when it comes in, because right down here you see that is the Legion, and behind the Legion, right where that Canada flag is flapping in the air, is one of the docking areas, one of the harbors, one of the boat launches, and I think they have sailboat lessons. So I'm pretty sure that what's happening here is we have a sailboat lesson in how to deal with a pop-up storm, because they're pretty safe, they're pretty close to the land, right? They can actually pull in. I'm going to zoom in one more. Every time on YouTube I pull out, it actually pulls back in, so we have to try to get as close as we can in one shot, and it just won't let me get in very close. But there is the Legion. It has a giant poppy on it, and the Canada flag out there. This is looking westbound in Toronto. We have the Gardiner Expressway on the bottom, Lakeshore Boulevard on the top. And that, I'm not sure exactly what marina that is, but there's a little marina there, and I'm pretty sure they have sailboat lessons. And what's happening here is, I think that they're having a little lesson. You can see there's some bigger boats out here sort of taking care of everybody and making sure that all these sailboats, oh, see, one just went over in the water. So now they're going to rush over there. Look at this. This is really interesting, isn't it? Yeah, really interesting. So I'm pretty sure this is definitely a sailing test of some kind. The weather is very rainy. Indeed, it is, Ronnie. And yet these brave souls are out there. One just had their sailboat go down. They've like gotten on into the top of the boat, I think. Oh, they flipped it back up. Did you see it? So yeah, that's exactly what I believe is happening here, is a little boating exercise to make sure that if these people, you hear the thunder too, huh? If these people were out on the lake and this weather just came, because in the Great Lakes, it's really known, that's what the song The White Squall is about. It talks about, oh, it's a beautiful song. If I could remember all of the words right now, I'd sing it for you. But it talks about an elder who has worked on the big boats his whole life, and there's this youngster, and he tells the youngster, always tie off, because these lakes can go from calm to 100 knots so fast they seem enchanted. So tonight some red-eyed Wyerton girl, which is where I grew up, Wyerton, lies staring at the wall, her lover's gone into the white squall, because the boy didn't listen to the elder's advice and didn't tie off to the boat, and he just thought it was a calm night, and he was dreaming of his lover, and the storm came up, and the old man watched the youngster go overboard. And it still makes me emotional after all these years. And seeing this kind of squall, you can see how that would happen. So that's exactly what these ones are doing out here, is getting prepared in case they ever need to. Another one just went down in the water there. What do they do if weather comes up? How do they right their boat, and how do they, climb up on top of it and get that sail back up so that they can get to shore? There's only a few brave ones left. If you were here at the beginning, you saw there was a lot of boats out there, and we're down to around the last 10 right now. And we have our bigger watch boats out here, just making sure everything is safe and that they can come in if any of these people have a problem. I imagine once they tip over and get wet, they're probably going to head in into the harbor, which is over there. Sorry. I'm just, yes, it is interesting from a high-rise, isn't it? This is in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, that we are in, overlooking the beautiful kingdoms, looking westbound in Toronto, Ontario. Yeah. So we're 17 floors up high in the sky. That's why we call it the Treehive in the sky, because I'm your pollinator of positivity, because my name is Melissa and it means bee. So I think it must be that I was born to share sweetness. And so that's what we do. And it is raining heavy here, and it's really interesting to watch these brave souls out in the sailboats, even with the sailboats getting like turned over. I just saw another one go down. And then they're in wetsuits, I'm sure, because it is cold out there. But even then, you know, you're gonna be wet and cold. So I imagine as they flip those boats over, that they start to head into the harbor and get warm and maybe get some hot chocolate even, because we've been having a long, slow spring here in Toronto. We've only just had the cherry blossoms come in and gone. You know, they come and go so fast. It was within a week, and it was a week that I was quite busy, so we did get out to see the beginnings of them, but we didn't get back out. But soon we're now in like crabapple and apple blossom season, and then the next thing is lilacs, which is my absolute favorite and comes out just in time for my birthday every year. It's such a blessing and a most magical present from the universe. Oh, some lightning. Did you see that? Let's hear if we have any thunder. How far away is this storm? So the 3 bigger boats are staying out just as everybody looks like they're coming in here. It's been a really interesting sailboat watch. This is pretty average rainfall in Toronto for this time of year. We do get some really lovely storms in May and June. A lot of cracking thunderstorms. So we'll do more of these. If you're enjoying this, please remember to subscribe and come back and visit us wherever we are. Inside, I often sing and play guitar or keyboard, or we paint, do tarot cards, always sending out that Reiki energy with every single broadcast spell that we do. And we're doing 100 lives mostly every day. Multi-passionate. There's that thunder. So the storm is a little ways out there still, and we're seeing everybody come in now. So what I'm thinking is that storm is moving closer, coming in off the lake, and everyone's getting the word now. Let's get off the water. It's getting a bit intense out here. I am a tarot reader, and I started when I was a youth. At maybe around 12 years old or so, I was doing it, and then I was away from it for a long time, and then I came back to reading tarot intuitively, not in such a traditional way, but I've opened up a lot, and with Reiki it helps me follow my intuition and do things in a more natural way instead of memorization and what is just kind of regurgitation of what we've been told they mean. I'm able to read into the cards with universal energy and find some secret messages that aren't just what they tell you in the book that every card means, because every card means something different to everybody in every different moment, actually. So it's a fun way for me. It's like an intuitive tool. It's like a poet would use a prompt. Someone would say, oh, write about a red rose, and a poet would write about a red rose. So if I see a red rose, what does that mean? Or if I see a bunch of purple grapes, what does that mean to me? I would love to read your tarot or oracle, and all of those sessions are charged with that cosmic rainbow energy and my unique blend of magic. And we can do those card readings live on either WhatsApp or Messenger, or if there's another place of your choice, we can do that. And you can feel free to go over to mojoandmagic.com and book over there, or hit me up on any of the social medias. TikTok, I'm more active. I've kind of gone off of all of the social media, sticking to YouTube a lot lately, but I am on TikTok if you want to message me there. Also, there's Mojo and Magic on Facebook and Instagram. Those are a more comfortable place for you to reach out. And we can always, make something work that is individual. You know, we can make an individual plan. Yeah, for sure. I'm always down to collaborate. Co-creation is what I'm all about. And if you think about create, and we talk about cosmic rainbow energy, activate, transmute, evolve, that is the acronym for that lovely direction for the universe. Look at that. We have seen all the sailboats disappear. What a lovely little live. I'm glad we could appear and spend this moment together. Yay, I would love that. So definitely look me up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can come back and find more of the multi-passionate magic. We're just going to send lots of good energy out along this highway. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Out onto the lake and the kingdom. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. And all the way to you. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. And we'll see you again another time soon. Thanks for coming by. Don't forget to go check out all the great stuff we have on the channel. All the past lives under the live tab. Our community area. Previous videos, shorts, and all that great stuff. Wonderful. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.